Hello everyone, welcome back to Momma Jo's Kitchen. I hope everybody's having a really good day. Michael's going to be home soon, so I got to cook something for him. And I think I'm going to surprise him today because I'm going to work with one of his absolute most favorite things to eat. But we do not fix it very often because for us it's very expensive. But let me tell you, I found this at Walmart in the frozen section, and I was very surprised at the price of this. Have you all, I know this is backwards for you all to read it because it's the way when I record it mirrors back. Some people don't realize that and they think I'm left-handed when I'm actually right-handed. And it's just the setting on my recording on my phone. I don't know why it does that. But anyhow, I found this at Walmart. It's an 8-ounce bag, individually quick frozen Langostino. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Lobster tail meat. Now it is pre-cooked and it's 8 ounces. And I have it over here in my little strainer right here. That's what it looks like. And because it was still a little bit frozen, you know, I ran some water over it, and I'm just letting it, you know, hang out there until I'm ready, until I need it. So I thought Michael would like if I took some bread. I've got some, I got French bread over here. And, you know, I've sliced it and I've buttered it just on one side. And we're going to toast that, but it won't take very long in the oven. Probably at 375. You know, 8 to 10 minutes. It just depends on your oven setting. And then I thought that I would make him a lobster in a Gruyere cheese sauce. It's kind of like a, if you've ever had lobster thermidor, except it's not going to have an egg yolk in it, but it's got a lot of the similar ingredients. To me, it kind of reminds me of like if you're making a white sauce, like almost like a fettuccine or like a mac and cheese sauce, because we're going to kind of make a roux and everything. And this is 8 ounces. And I'm going to put some of that in the sauce, and I'm probably going to save some for on top, but I may not use it all. And then I have a little bit of just grated Parmesan. I thought maybe I'd put a little bit of that in there. And my pan is really hot here, folks. Let me turn that down a little bit because I don't want it that hot. Here I am talking. Well, while I'm talking, let me get some oil in here. So I said all that because I'm going to call it lobster Gruyere sauce, lobster in Gruyere. I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. Let me push y'all up just a tiny bit. That's why I usually try to push you up a little bit so that way you can still see me. It doesn't chop my head off here. I wrote little notes here for myself. I'm calling it lobster in Gruyere sauce with crusty French bread. Okay, so I think I got rid of my tablespoon, but I have another one. Let me get this one here. All right, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my skillet. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. So the first thing that we're going to do, and if any of you that's been following me know, Michael is not a big fan of onions, although he loves the flavor, the taste of onions. But we're going to try something new today. I'm going to try this shallot. I took a small shallot and only did about half of it. I've got it minced here. And we're going to get it sauteing in this pan. I was looking for my other... I don't know if I want to use this or not. My grandson's here. I've got one next door. The youngest one's next door, so I might have to, you know, check on them. I know the one's fine. The youngest one's fine. The other one's in there watching TV and eating his late lunch. He always comes, he says, Mimi, I'm hungry. He says, I've only had breakfast, so I had to hook him up. Okay, so let's get these little shallots in here. And I do have, so that's a small, half of a small shallot in there. Okay, I do have a tablespoon of minced garlic, but I'm not going to add it quite yet. I want to wait till I get the shallots where I want it. And I do have about 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour that we're going to use. And off to the side here, some of you may know, I used this and it really flavored the red beans and rice. You can use any kind of stock that you have, but this happens to be turkey, and I have plenty of it in the freezer, so I'm going to use it. And I think I have about 2 cups here. Let me look. It's hard to see in this jar. Oh, yeah, it's just about at the two cup mark. Let me stir this. We got some seasonings. We're going to need some heavy cream. That's what's going to make it really rich, along with the cheese. I've got a little bit of white Chardonnay that I plan on using, a little in here. Now, it calls for bay seasoning, and I actually made some bay seasoning, but when I put it in my processor, I couldn't get the bay leaves quite ground the way I want, and I don't have a mortar and pestle, so I'm just going to put a couple of these in as we are making our sauce, and then I can take them out. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull out 2 of those. I definitely want that flavor. I got a really good deal on this, but I got it at, you have to have a Sharp Shopper near you. $2.19, and that's a lot. Alright, they're starting to like turn golden here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my garlic in here. We got to do all this in steps. Let me see. I was thinking I was only going to put about 1/4 of a cup in here, but you could do like a 1/4 or a 1/2. I would say that was probably about a 1/4. It smells really good. All right. Let me step off for a second, grab my whisk. I have 2, but I have a metal one. And I tell you, I bent the ends of this when I was making the other day. I was making eggs Benedict, the hollandaise sauce. And I had a real small candy double boiler I was working in, and I wanted to try to get in the corners. I hope I might have ruined my whisk. Okay, we got plenty of other seasonings to add here, but I'm going to add the flour now. And just kind of mix them to combine, you know, so that it's cooking those flours up, that flour up. We don't want any lumps. Let me see what I have here on my notes here. Shallots, garlic, flour, deglazed it, cook 1 minute, add their stock and our heavy cream. So make sure your heat's not too high, because if not, you're going to have a, see how it's already, it's getting golden here? I'm getting my stock ready here. I might just put half of it in for now, about a cup. Okay, that taste should be cooked out of there. Let's see what I got. Is that about a cup? It's hard for me to see on there. I'm getting older, folks. Right there, it's almost a cup. And it's just going to depend on, because we have to add cheese and stuff to this. We have other things that we're adding to this sauce. Now I've got the, I definitely want to use all of this heavy cream. Just pouring a little bit in. And then adding a little bit more. I want to get my bay leaves in there, but I don't want to break them up. Okay. Now, we got some seasonings we want to add to this. There's my bay leaves. Now, remember, I am going to remove those. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of white pepper. Where is my, there it is. Now this is my homemade base seasoning. I don't want to go too strong, so I'm just going to go with a half on that. Okay, let me get it stirred. It's looking beautiful. It's pretty thick. I have this. I wanted to try it because I have the roast beef and I have the chicken, and they're fabulous. This is seasoned vegetable base. So I've got a teaspoon here, and I want to add it just to give it a little something. I'm missing my little spatula. I think I used it earlier. I've got a little tiny spatula. That thing comes in handy. You'd be surprised. Alright. Sorry about the tapping. Okay. I can tell you right now that I want to thin it out a little bit because we still got the cheese and stuff too. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in the rest of this because it's pretty thick. And I do have another ingredient I want to add to this, but Let me get this back up to heat. Don't forget we still have to add cheese too. Let me get a little spoon here. It's always good to taste it. Because don't forget, you know, the cheese is salty too. Very, very good. You know what? Let me get my oven going. 375. Because it's not going to take that bread long. It's not going to take long for this to come together. Michael's going to be home here very, very soon. So, that is good just the way it is without the cheese, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It's really good. And I still have, I want to say this is a tablespoon of Dijon mustard to add to that. And we still got the cheese to add to that. We still got the lobster meat to add to that. So, I think Michael's going to be in heaven when he tries this. I'm telling you. When you're with somebody, as long as I have been, I have to try to think when that was. Let's see. What are we in? 2025, April coming up. Let's see, 25, 32, 32? I think it's been 30, going on 32 years. You know what? You pretty much know them better than they know themselves. Trust me. Okay, you know what? I think I am going to remove those bay leaves. Because they're going to get in the way of my cheese. And they've probably done their job. Whoops. Because they've softened up. I had 2 in there, folks. Alright, where's my paper towel? I hate to make a mess. Okay. Alright, we're starting to bubble over here, folks. Okay, I'm going to... Actually, I think I thought about putting the lobster in next, but I don't want to overcook it. It's already cooked. So, I'll go ahead and add the mustard, the Dijon mustard. Alright. Let me whisk that in there. And I'm going to start adding my cheese. Not all at once. I'm just going to put some in. Maybe like 2 handfuls there. And whisk it in. Alright. I got a little bit of Parmesan here. I was just going to sprinkle some in. Really no, like, set amount. I mean, you can't go wrong with cheese, right? This is a beautiful sauce. Let me bring y'all down here so you can get a better look. Here it is, folks. It's nice. It's got a nice little consistency to it. Nice little thickness. Now remember, I used white pepper. Let me see if I can kind of show you. Now I could add more cheese. But I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do because I'm pressed for time here. Let me wipe that off here. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn it down on low. We'll keep an eye on it. if you want to thicken it up, you could add more cheese. If you need to thin it out, you can. When I get Michael's crusty bread, which is only going to take about 8-10 minutes in the oven. It's not going to take long. I'm going to add the lobster meat to this. And I'm going to get him served up. That's all there is to this. Now, look, I still have plenty of cheese back here. I can add more cheese, or I can put some cheese on top. But this is a really good consistency, a really good sauce. I'm very well pleased at how this sauce turned out. Okay, so like I said, I've got to add this meat. I'm sorry about the movement there, but I just want to show y'all. That's what I'm going to be adding to there. And but I got to get that bread over here. I got to get that bread in there. Okay, so that's basically it. I'll bring y'all back for taste test. Hey, I brought y'all back because see, I've got my stove on the lowest setting it'll go. And that lobster, I did add the lobster meat, as you can see here. It was still a little bit frozen, even though I had run water over it. So I've got to make sure that it gets heated through. But I'm not going to cook this. I'm not going to let this bubble. And Michael just got home. So as soon as I get this bread out, I'll get this served up. And he's going to give y'all a taste test. We'll be back.
How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to Momma Jo's Kitchen. Here to taste test the lobster and Gruyere sauce with crusty French bread. Cheesy. The lobster is awesome. It tastes like the Longenstein little fried lobsters you used to get at like Long John's. Delicious. The bread, excellent, buttery. 2 thumbs up. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out Momma Jo's video where she makes it. Check out all Momma Jo's videos. Come back and get some more goodness. Thank you. Good night.